All right, Pops, an unfortunate reality is unfolding. After a stronger than expected January, we have used car prices going back up. And while that's a good thing if you're looking to sell a car, it is a terrible thing if you're looking to buy a car. You pair that, Dad, with the reality that used car APRs for an auto loan north of 13% on average. I thought we could talk about that a little bit and also walk through a few examples of just how absurdly expensive that is, and kind of puts into context just how crazy it is that people are able to buy cars right now.
Yeah, because that would be the first question that I would ask is how are people buying used cars and why are they selling faster than expected if interest rates are so damn high? So this to me will be an interesting exercise.
Absolutely. Okay, so all of the data comes from Cox Automotive's February 14th auto market update. They have used car APRs on average nationwide 13.18% and new car interest rates at 8.62%. We have year over year used vehicle supply down 13 days when they look at days supply. Days supply is how many days would it take to sell out of vehicles based on the current sales rate. So year over year, used vehicle days supply is down 13 days. That is huge. At the same time, new car supply, days supply is up 22 days. So quite the dichotomy there. And Dad, wholesale used vehicle prices are going up while retail used vehicle prices are supposedly going down. I don't really believe that. If wholesale values go up, used retail prices will likely go down just as well. But we are starting to see here a little bit of a dichotomy, supposedly wholesale prices up, retail prices down.
I think that speaks to the compression of the margin between what dealers have to pay for vehicles right now and what they know they can legitimately sell them for. The profit margin is not going to be anywhere near what it had been in the past.
And part of the reason why is the affordability crunch. So let's put ourselves in the shoes of a customer who's on CarEdge.com looking at cars to buy, Dad. They're out in Sacramento, California, and they see this 2019 Ford F-250 Super Duty, and they are interested in it. Well, the vehicle's selling price is $57,900, and while the dealer's been sitting on it for 47 days, they haven't come down too much on price, about $2,000 off their advertised price. Now, if I come down here, Dad, to the monthly payment calculator, which takes into consideration the out-the-door price, which includes taxes and fees, we can now start to play around with what a 13.2% APR would do to the monthly payment. Right now, Dad, $64,000, $64,089, no money down, 60 months, 5% APR, $1,209 a month payment, okay?
Yes.
Let's put 13.2 in there, Dad. Your monthly payment is nearly $1,500. Most people can't afford that for a pickup truck, right? CarEdge.com, all sorts of free resources back there, Dad. Like what?
Oh, I don't know. What's your car going to depreciate over time? How much is your insurance going to be? What should you expect to pay for fuel? It's all there. All that information in one place. Well, most people couldn't have afforded the $1,200 payment for the pickup truck. So even less people can afford an almost $1,500 payment. Let's say, just for fun, that this person is a business person and he's buying this for a business. So let's say he's putting down 10%. Let's say he's putting down $6,400. His payment is $1,318 a month. Now, let's go back in time. Let's go back in time a year when the average used car interest rate was probably 7%. Let's see what the payment would have been a year ago.
And I'm going back to the Cox data, Dad. It never quite got down to 7%, but if you're a well-qualified buyer, I'm sure the average was down there around 7%. So let's play around with 7%. Let's see what that does. $200 a month less on that payment.
So there's the impact of these higher interest rates. Now, I know we're talking about financing almost $58,000, and there's more than a $200 increase in the payment. So the question becomes, who is buying used cars when you factor in these interest rates? I mean, I don't quite understand how and why used cars are selling faster than they normally do for January and February when the interest rates are so damn high.
And so let's say you're the typical shopper, Dad, and you convince yourself, okay, well, I could budget up to $1,000 a month, so maybe you're going to extend the term. But before you do,
yes,
see how much total interest you are going to pay on that loan. With the $64,089 financed over 60 months at 13.2%, Dad, you are paying nearly $24,000 in interest. And the moment you say to yourself, okay, but maybe I can actually afford this if I stretch the loan term out to 84 months. Okay, now we're underneath at a 7% interest rate. Let me update that, 13.2. 84 months at the 13.2, I'm still at an $1,172 interest rate, or excuse me, monthly payment. I'm not even taking into consideration, and it pains me to do it, but let's go to 96 months. That, okay, I'm under $1,100, but if I'm actually taking out a loan for 96 months at that APR, I'm paying back $40,000 in interest. What's the saying? I'm going to rob Paul to pay Pete to marry.
No, rob Peter to pay Paul.
Thank you. That's what people might be convincing themselves to do.
I know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But when it comes to buying cars, the definition of insanity is extending the term way beyond any sensible time frame and taking on so much additional interest. The total cost of the vehicle skyrockets when you do that. And nobody in their right mind should convince themselves that, well, this makes sense, because it doesn't. My suggestion to people out there is save up a lot of money, look for cheaper vehicles, and even cheaper vehicles are going to be more expensive because of interest rates today when you look at it on a monthly payment. But save up a lot of money, put 25 to 30% down or more so that you will not hang yourself, choke yourself on huge interest payments over a long term. And you must agree to not finance for more than 60 months. Once you start going beyond 60 months, the interest starts accruing much more rapidly, and the amount of interest you're going to pay goes up dramatically.